So Trump says America controls the Strait of Hormuz, while the IRGC claims Iran controls it.
We totally control the Strait of Hormuz. We have control over it. Nobody else, only us. Our Navy is unbelievable.
So who is lying and who is telling the truth? Well, both sides are playing word games. Neither side has uncontested control of the strait. What they have is different forms of influence. The United States has greater military control over the maritime battle space, while Iran still has substantial ability to threaten and disrupt commercial traffic. And I'll show you why. Iran's influence comes largely from its ability to threaten shipping. The IRGC and the Iranian forces have repeatedly demonstrated that they can attack commercial vessels with drones, missiles, and other weapons. Their naval forces have also been degraded significantly, so they are not casually sending speedboats out to board every ship they don't like. But they don't have to. You don't have to rob every car on a highway to make people afraid of using the highway. If drivers believe there is a reasonable chance they will get attacked, they'll think twice about taking that road. It's the same thing with shipping. Iran doesn't need to hit every single vessel passing through the strait. It just needs to create enough risk that ship owners, insurers, and crews start asking themselves whether it's worth taking the risk. That's Iranian influence. The Americans, on the other hand, are exercising a very different kind of power. The United States has been enforcing a naval blockade against Iran, warning commercial vessels away from Iranian-controlled routes, and when vessels refuse to comply, boarding or disabling them. CENTCOM has publicly reported multiple vessel interceptions, including ships being redirected, boarded, and disabled for attempting to violate the blockade. And the economic consequences for Iran are enormous. The Trump administration estimates that the blockade is costing Iran roughly $400 to $500 million a day in lost revenue and economic activity. The American pressure campaign has severely restricted Iran's ability to export oil and move goods through the maritime routes it depends on. At the same time, the United States isn't simply trying to stop everything from moving. Commercial shipping is still getting through via American alternative arrangements, including transfers around the Omani side of the strait. Traffic is nowhere near pre-war levels, but enough oil is still reaching the market to prevent the global price from completely exploding. Brent crude has been trading around the high $80 per barrel despite the disruption. And that's important because if Iran had uncontested control of the strait, you would expect its ability to shut down commercial traffic to be far greater than what we are currently seeing. At the same time, if America had absolute control, you wouldn't be seeing Iran continue to attack ships and impose costs on commercial traffic. So the reality is somewhere in between. Iran can disrupt the strait. America can impose enormous military and economic pressure on Iran. That's why both sides can make the claim that they have control while meaning completely different things. And the pressure isn't only coming from the sea. Iran is also facing pressure through its financial networks, Iranian-backed entities in Iraq, Hezbollah in Lebanon, and the Houthis in Yemen. There's also reports of long lines forming at fuel stations as shortages begin to spread across the country. So Tehran is being squeezed on multiple fronts. And that's the thing about war. There is no perfect formula. One side adapts, the other side adapts. One side finds a way around a blockade, the other side changes the blockade. One side finds another route for shipping, the other side finds a way to disrupt that route. Change is the only constant. So when you hear Trump say America controls the strait, or the IRGC say Iran controls it, don't just repeat the slogan. Ask a much useful question. Who has the ability to influence what happens there and how much? That's where the real answer is. Think sharper.